And then, yeah, so there are a few little corrections to the body I've got to do here. But probably the easiest way to do that initially, I think, especially because there is some brown patterning on the fleece of this little lamb, is to come in with some burnt umber, or at least a burnt umber based brown. So I'm mixing some burnt umber in with one of the orangey browns I had. And let's see if we can partially correct the shape of that head. In fact, I quite like making the colour of the head a little warmer there. So we'll carry on with that for the moment. I'll probably darken it again in a bit, but I'm thinking also about the colour scheme of the whole painting. And I think this animal works well against the sky, and then the little pop of darkness on the head is okay. But I don't want any other things to be too gloomy and somber. It's not really the idea of this painting. So part of the problem I've got is, I mean, no excuses, but I'm struggling to see the actual outline of the head in my reference because he's nuzzling up against the body of another little lamb. So, you know, but that's the name of the game, trying to sort that sort of stuff out. So we'll press on, and then it comes down here somewhere. Tucks in, so that I don't feel that line was too far out, the one I had before. Comes in about there. There's a little nook where the leg joins the body. And then in terms of the outline of the back, comes along there, dips down a bit, dips up, or comes up I should say, and then the tail's there. So I've made the body too short in my original drawing. There's his tail. Leg comes down about there. Upper leg's around about there. So the lower leg should be over here somewhere. So I don't think that's too bad. So yes, I think that's improved things so far. Need to go back to that yellow, my sort of cover-up colour, and hide some areas there. Right, now, how are we going to treat these little guys? Well, to begin with, I think I can keep going with that brown because they've got this brown patterning on them, and we'll hint at some of that. And then I'm thinking about the colours I've used here, thinking about whether I want to sort of mimic those or complement them. I think what I'm going to do to begin with is come in with a little bit of titanium white and a little bit of the cerulean blue. So just to begin to add a little bit of lightness to the fleece. As I do that, I can cover up some of the line work that I just did. And then that bluey sort of colour will complement quite nicely with a little bit of orange, I think. So we'll grab a bit of the cad yellow, mix it in with this brown that I was using here, touch of the red in there, and I'm not quite sure what I intended to do with that, but we're going to put it on now. So I think I need a lot more white. I think that's what I was planning. Let's mix that in with a lot more of the tinting white. So that's begun to brighten those two up quite nicely. So before I start adding any pure white highlights in, I'm just going to go back to my little filbert brush and mix up some ultramarine blue and a little bit of the burnt umber, and then we can add some shadows. Whoops, definitely don't want the paint running. Let's just wipe the brush down a bit. A little hint of an eye. And I'm thinking that's a little darker than I would like, so I'm going to go more cerulean blue in the mix to begin with. I'll come back to that head in a bit, but I don't mind sort of stylizing these two lambs, because I quite like the orange and blue look, even though it's completely unrealistic. So the two front legs are sort of completely together. But I can use this colour to begin to put some shadows in. I can always darken certain regions later and add highlights as well. But at the moment, the way I'm feeling at the moment is I like the